I've got a flashlight now, don't I? No candles.
That's a gun rail.
For defending.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunker.
What is that? Oh, that's a new one.
Oh no, that's the weird iron.
Oh, is that you've already seen that?
Yes.
Right. That's just right. And it came to pass that as I made my journey. Ah, fuck! I need to go up there. So to read that thing about a journey, I need to make a journey up there, right?
Got a danger sign on the gate.
Authorized personnel, keep out. And it came to pass that as I made my journey, and was
Some way.
some.
Oh wait, some
nigh?
I don't
Some
think that's
night.
some.
yeah.
And
And
has
was some.
That's a C, isn't it?
And has come.
And has come.
And has
But
come
that
nigh.
is definitely a W.
No, that's definitely W.
And was come high unto. Oh, fuck's sake. How did I read this? And was nigh and come to? And was nigh unto Damascus. Until noon?
Oh, a minute.
Well, you've read the passage, so that must have struck something.
Back to the bright shite.
Like, yeah, the bright light.
Bright light.
Vibration.
But it happened that I was on my way approaching Damascus about noontime.
There's something written above.
Suddenly,
Suddenly, the shine? No.
Suddenly the shine from heaven.
that's something.
A great light round about me.
Around me.
Round.
Wait,
No,
here.
it's just
Yeah.
round. A great light round me.
Great right round about me.
About me.
Alex.
Yeah.
But it happened that I was on my way approaching Damascus about noontime. A very bright light suddenly flashed from heaven all around me. It's a different translation of the same verse.
The next bit's I could not see.
6th verse, chapter 22.
And could not see for the.
Glory.
A gull perched on a spent bonnet
Shut up!
sideways,
Damn
whilst the
it!
sirens fell through the middle distance and the metal moaned in grief about us. I'm about this night in walking. Old bread and gull bones. Old Donnelly at the bar gripping his drink. Old Esther walking with our children. Old Paul as ever. Old Paul. He shakes and he shivers and he turns off his lights alone.
That, I think, is him thinking about what would happen if he didn't kill her, possibly. And the gull bones. That could be in reference to the 4 birds that we saw dead on the beach. That's just desperately trying to link things.
Yeah,
now.
this kind of keeps repeating the same thing. You can hear he said the light shone around him and he fell. 7, the next chapter, next verse is, and I fell to the ground, and I heard a voice saying to me.
So it's something about noon, and the great light shone around me, and I could not see for the glory. That light
Bring.
being
Okay.
led by the hand of them.
That's weird.
Of them.
LED was spelled.
LED.
Yeah, LED, which emits light. The whole passage was about light, and then they spelled LED.
That's
LED.
Well, that's how you spelled it.
If you led someone, it's LED.
Oh right, not that. Yeah, I was thinking of LED.
But that is also actually quite interesting because all the LED images all around.
And considering how close you are to the beacon now.
And also considering that this whole island was never actually bright. It was always dusk and now it's night. So there's been an absence of light around here.
Oh wait, actually.
Oh god, I've got to read this
So
backwards.
what he said, and Paul always shutting out the light alone.
In that last passage.
Shutting at lighthouse. They used to have shutters in a lighthouse.
Also, the bottom of the lighthouse was removed, so you can't get back up.
To reactivate the light.
I'm trying to find the start of this. Because
I came onto.
I came onto.
Wait,
What?
that. What did it say with that being lead?
Crap. Can't remember.
I love how this
No,
list-
and the light shone all around me, and I could not
For the glory.
see for the glory of all the light that was led by them. Something like that. And it came onto me that
Oh, here, actually.
were with
Verse
me.
11.
Hmm?
But since I could not see because of the brightness of that light, I was led by the hand by those who were with me and came into Damascus.
And
And it's about to go, I came into.
I came into, and they were with me. And I came unto that were with me. And I think there's a bit more that comes in.
No, that's just after the previous bit. So, them that were with me, led by them that were with me.
Right, so who was with him?
And then I came into.
I came into Damascus.
Is Damascus a holy city? I know it's a
Yes.
holy city, but is it a major one?
Yeah.
It's one of the
Damascus.
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 There we go.
So this seems to be taken from verse 6 to 11, chapter 22 of the Bible.
Oh, wind hitting the rails. So we must be nearing the end.
I am the Ariel. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jacobson? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an Ariel, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We've always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jacobson flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Jacobson, Paul was the shepherd. Donnelly is Esther.
And they just dropped.
Yeah, so he came all this way just to end it. He carved and he turned this island into a memorial for Esther, who he killed. And everyone...
Esther wrote about Jacobson. Paul was a shepherd in the Bible, was he not?
No, but it could just be in reference to a shepherd in general.
Well, no, just because it says Paul and a shepherd, in the Bible Paul was a shepherd,
Huh.
I think.
I think
That's
so.
right, isn't it?
No, isn't Paul one of the disciples, or whatever they're called? The ones that follow Jesus?
It was definitely a disciple.
An apostle, that's it.
It was definitely a disciple, but I think it was a shepherd. A lot of them were shepherds.
brain hurting. There was a shadow of a bird. He's turned into a bird.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone else knows.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay.
God damn it, depending on what type of bird it was.
It's a
Gull.
seagull.
No.
There's a 21 letters hero. They should just have at the end just a bit of word of can't figure it out and then just the troll face. It would just seem fitting, to be honest.
Hmm.
So, that was Dear Esther.
Yeah.
But that's the end screen, by the way.
Oh,
It
great.
won't go away.
Escape.
The most common thought of what that means is that symbolises death. An everlasting emptiness.
That could also
Void.
mean that the bird, beforehand, it doesn't make sense that he's a bird, but it symbolises freedom. So he's been freed from what he's done. And then
He
death.
jumps and then he's free.
Maybe it's the reward of his repentance
But the thing is though,
through his own purgatory.
the thing is though, with him like sort of Bible thumping through the whole thing, that implies he's quite strongly religious now, and suicide is a sin,
If you commit suicide in any form or shape,
regardless of the circumstances.
you go straight to hell. Final thoughts on
The fuck?
theories? So, the island is obviously a memorial to all the wrongs that he's done in his life
Yeah.
and everything that's happened to him in the past. His biggest one being Esther in the car crash. She wrote a book about Jacobson, who was a shepherd. That's why he chose the island, because it became old, decrepit, and nothing else was happening on it. That's where the guy that Esther wrote about lived. And then the chemistry, I have no idea where all that comes into it.
Intoxication.
Intoxication.
Ethanol was one of the current themes of that. That's the chemical name for alcohol. He was drunk when he crashed the car.
So maybe that type of alcohol, whatever was put in it, was the actual type of brand of alcohol he was drinking. Could that be a possibility?
Mhm.
Then the LEDs. Then what about the whole pool shutting out the light?
No, by the way, I was wrong about being a shepherd, he's not. Which is... He was a tent maker. Big difference.
There were a few tents, but that's just
But
grasping
then
at
in the
straws now.
Bible, there are a lot of shepherds.
Hmm. Well, we've got some baked ideas, but not a full one.
No.
Should we revisit this at another time?
Yes, I think we should.
Right, full gameplay or just an amalgamation of ideas?
I think we should just make and add on to this after a while, just
What, a video response?
just on on a final theory of what this is about. So yeah, we'll come back with that at some point.
Yeah.